For almost 2 hours, this man kept saying a lot of things, and everything he said was enough for me to say yes to whatever I wanted. This is not a planned video. I was just lying on my bed and I remembered this thing that happened. Some years ago, I shot an ad for this restaurant. It was a good experience, even though the boss didn't like my script. We ended up using a script and a little bit of my script. The shoot was great. I enjoyed it. And after we were done, he told me to come see him upstairs in his office, that he would like to talk to me. When I got to his office, he started talking about how it's going to benefit me if I sign a contract with him so we can work together. And that time I was also interested in music, but my genre was in Afro. It was majorly R&B. And so he wanted me to do music together with ad, and he was telling me a lot of things. The offer was so mouth-watering, and anybody else could have jumped at the opportunity. I'm telling you, it was so good. I can't even get into the full details about everything. Even at that point, I knew I was going to say no to his offer. At that point, it was kind of pressing me for an answer, trying to make me make a decision based on pressure, based on that moment, based on the emotions that I already sparked up in me. And if I should make the decision based on, if anybody should make a decision based on that situation, you're definitely going to say yes to the offer. But I kept telling him, I need more time to think about it. And then the conversation with him, I went downstairs, I went to meet my friend, and I explained everything to my friend. I told my friend and I said, you know what, I'm not going to do this. There is no way I'm going to work with him. And after the whole thing, my friend asked me a question, and she said, Tomi, how are you so calm? How is it that you make decisions even though there's pressure, even though the offer is looking so good? How are you still able to make that decision? You are always calm. And she said, I've been studying you for some time. There are some things I would have jumped into, but you just calmly think about it and be like, no, this is not the right thing to do right now. And after everything, it turns out to be the right decision. So I thought about this and I thought to share with you how you can make decisions logically, not based on your emotion. Now, one thing I always do whenever I'm in a situation like this and I'm pressed for answer and I need to make a decision. So no matter how good the offer is, no matter how good the situation is, I always try to ask myself, in the next 4 or 5 years, if I say yes to this offer, would I still be happy? Because what I think about most of the time is not just the moment, it's not just today, it's not just a month, it's not in 2-3 months. I always think about years, the future. Because whatever you sign today, whatever you agree to, might haunt you for years. It is the reason why some people get into contracts that they are not happy with. And another thing you should take note of is sometimes when they're giving you an offer, they try to work on how urgent your situation is. So let's say, for example, you are pressed for money and I tell you, you know what, just do this, just sign this, we're going to give you money, we'll provide you with what you need. You need to be careful because at that time, it's as if they're able to offer you something you desperately need. And in order for you to be given something you desperately need, you now sign out your potential, you sign out to be under somebody and not be able to fly in return for money that is not even enough for you. Meanwhile, if you had to just make the right decision to go into a better offer, you could have made a lot than what they are offering you. At that point, what they're offering you is like a big opportunity. And if you could have just relaxed, stay calm, make the right decision, you will get something bigger. I try to separate my emotion, my feeling, the pressure. I separate everything. Then I start thinking in my head. That is when the thought of, in the next 5 years, that is when I start to think about it. I don't make decisions based on how I feel. I make sure I stay logical. Now, this thing is not something you're born with. This is a skill. You just have to learn it over time. You have to be able to deny yourself the emotions. You have to be able to deny yourself of, what I call it, this quick relief. What's the word? You need to deny yourself of a fast comfort. Yeah, that's the word. You need to be able to deny yourself of quick comfort while aiming for a better and permanent comfort. So that requires you to not make a decision right there. And if you need to clear your head to go make that decision, when you get home, don't think too much. Recently, there was also something else that I turned down. And after a lot of stories and the person just convincing me even with their own story, this is not the best decision for me. It is very important to learn the skill to stay calm and make decisions. What people will tell you, oh God, you will want to jump right into that offer. Another thing is, you cannot just confide in random people, because some people, they will help you make the decision based on excitement. Oh, that is a good offer, go for it. Like, you never get another opportunity like this. At first, you need to know what you want. You need to know where you're going to. So you need people that can think clearly like you. So whenever you're in a situation and this situation requires you to make decision fast, you need to be careful.